Hello, this is Thom Singer again, and it's another video blog post. So I recently had to write an article about networking at a conference, sort of tips for before, during, and after the event, and what someone should do to make sure that they maximize their time at that event. This article is going to appear in a few months in a magazine, and I'll link to it at that time. However, I wanted to share some of the things that I talked about. And that is, you have to be prepared in advance if you're going to go network at a conference. You need to know who's going to be in attendance. If you don't know who's there, how are you going to know who you want to meet? So make sure that you take a look at the attendance list, if it's pre-published, and get a good idea of who's going to be there. Additionally, get involved in social media before the event. Find out who's on the Facebook page or the Twitter page or any of the other tools that people might be using to converse long before they arrive at the conference. If you have a couple conversations with someone, it makes it much easier to connect with them once you're there live and in person. Now, once you're there live and in person, all the rules of networking apply. You have to be engaged. You have to be engaging. You have to ask questions. If you just walk up to everybody and shove your business card in their hand and tell them all about yourself, nothing good is going to come from that. So you want to make sure that you're asking people about them. The best question you can ask at a conference is, what made you attend this conference? Because you see, you went for one reason, but other people may have gone for an entirely different reason, and then you'll learn other reasons to be there. Another good thing to do during the conference is make sure that you attend all the keynotes. Sometimes people think, I don't want to go to that keynote speech. I'm not interested in that speaker. But human beings are experiential. We make bonds when we share an experience with someone else. And the large keynotes, and for that matter, the happy hours and the lunches, everything that happens at the conference, that's when people bond. So you have to be present if you want to be able to later talk about those shared experiences. And another great idea while you're there at the conference is introduce people to each other. Lots of times we meet really cool people and we think, it would be so great if those two people met each other. Well, take the next step and drag them across the room and connect them. If you're a connector, they're going to remember you for it. And then, after the event? Well, after the event is when the real networking begins. Because you see, meeting someone once doesn't make them part of your network. It makes them someone you've met once. And if you really want to build a long-term relationship, it's all in the follow-up. So go through the cards of the people who you met and make notes on the back. And when you get home, go ahead and send a handwritten note to some of those people, or maybe an email, or pick up the phone and call them and tell them you were one of the few people at the conference who really made my time worthwhile. If you own the follow-up, you're going to have more success with your networking at a conference.